But first, it's been reported this week that the Queen's parting gift to outgoing PM Gordon Brown was 2 leather picture frames containing signed photos of herself and the Duke of Edinburgh. However, that's not the bad bit. The frames were from Smythson of Bond Street, whose creative director just happens to be Samantha Cameron. Now, a palace spokesperson quickly pointed out that it's the sort of gift the Queen gives to Prime Ministers. We pride ourselves on not giving offence. There was nothing sinister in it, no ulterior motive, just maybe a little bit of tittering behind the hands. But how important is it for you to get a good send-off when you leave a job?
I don't want a big fuss normally. I think when you leave a job, if you've chosen to leave, of course, if you've got the elbow, then I suppose it's a different story. But if you've chosen to leave, I think you've kind of made up your mind you're going. And for me, I just want to kind of get out the door. I remember when I left the Bill, I'd been there 7 years, and they were very sweet and gave me a bit of a do on the set, and sort of 150 people were there, and we all had a little drinky and had flowers and photos of all the scenes and stuff, and a sort of best bits thing they played on a screen. But I'd have just been happy with my little truncheon and off. Like, you know.
What do you mean, your little truncheon?
Oh, I didn't tell you about that bit, sorry.
I missed that bit out.
You get a truncheon as well. You get a little wooden truncheon with your name engraved in it and your character name and everything.
Oh, OK.
And I just... Nice. It was lovely, but I'd have just happily had that little thing and then gone. And sat on my own quietly in a corner.
Are you sure it was a truncheon?
It was a truncheon.
No, that's our kind of leaving gifts, not living.
But no, when I left Curry, everybody that leaves Curry, you either leave in a taxi or a coffin. It's true. You either die or you don't. And I didn't die. I was in the back of a taxi. And when I left Emmerdale, I left with Brian Hibbard from Shawaddy Waddy in the back of a 1960s camper van. And I thought, oh, this isn't good. But I do remember, though, the producer came up to me and gave me this fantastic... It was a massive glass vase like this, absolutely enormous, with the great big... What do you call... Not lily. What are those beautiful...
Bird of paradise.
Something like that, yes, at the top.
Flower. Give us a clue.
And she gave it over to me, and I went, thank you very much, turned and dropped it. And I was so... And I just laughed because I thought it was funny, and she didn't think it was funny at all. The whole thing dropped.
Well, when I left GMTV, I mean, obviously I'd been there for 11 years, so deep down, I'd be a bit sad if I hadn't got anything at all, because, you know, I'd been there over a decade. But, no, they were lovely, because I got the same thing, a clip of all my little best bits and all my mistakes and this sort of stuff, and the crew were all really... That was a really long take. And then, we met up with the crew and we all went to the pub. But I got a lovely handbag, and actually it's a really nice present, because I use it most of the time, and I think, that's my GMTV handbag. It was quite a practical present.
Does it say GMTV on the outside?
No, I've got an anorak that says that on the back.
In the shape of a cloud or anything?
No, it's a great big sun. No, not really.
Yeah, but for the last 15 years, I've been sacked from every job I've ever had. So, there's not really been a celebration. I might say to some mates, come on, let's go down the pub, it's great.
Are you not really embarrassed by that?
No!
She's used to it now.
No, Andrea, you know what it's like. Because for about the last 25 years, I've worked in telly and radio. Right. So, quite often you get dropped or sacked, and you do. It's as simple as that, especially in radio. The boss changes, they don't like you. It happens all the time. So they just, when you leave in radio, they don't want you going on air if they've upset you, because you might say something bad. So you just get out, take your stuff and you go. So I kind of got used to that. But when I was doing proper jobs, working in offices and, actually working for a living, I did used to, when we had leaving parties, people really used to put on a big party for you. It was great. And there was one, I do remember, it was the best party. It was in the office, and it was I was temping at the time, so it was just it was a long-term temp. I was there for about 2.5 years. And they were quite old, the people working there. And for some reason, they got me a Tarzanogram. Now, have you ever had one of those? No. So there's all these, these really old men all standing around. Then there's this Tarzanogram comes in, and he's got down his pants a huge banana. And I have to get the banana out, but I can't just get it out and eat it. I've got to eat it from his pants. Do you know what I mean? That's the sort of thing. And after that,
those good old days.
After that, I was determined to get sacked from every job, so I didn't have to go through that again.
Right, what a leaving gift our competition prize would be. No bananas, but we've